Hey you guys, not really Los Angeles. We are in Long Beach on historic Pine Avenue. We're gonna walk down Pine Avenue. Happy Thursday. There's the crest, just like we have in Hollywood. 5 and 10, 5 and dime store, and 25 cents. Hey Will, hey Carrie. So today, I think we're gonna make it all the way to the Queen Mary. I should have done it last time, but I am glad that I saved something. Also the canals, that has to be a separate trip. It's so nice down here, actually. Clean ocean breeze. At least I think. I should have wore a sweatshirt. I remembered that from last time, but it's also, you know, not that hot. I don't know if we'll actually get the weather if you hit weather, because I think I said it for Los Angeles. But it was 80 degrees in Watts. And here, let me check. 77 with a cool breeze. Hamburger Mary's, just like West Hollywood. I don't know. There's also one in Palm Springs. I've eaten at the one in West Hollywood. It's a burger place. It has drag queen bingo, which kind of makes it fun. I really love this building. Hey Casepi, the Farmers and Merchants Bank. We used to have a merchants bank growing up. Very federal looking architecture. I kind of could see like Lucy and Mr. Mooney working in there. Let me make sure I'm all the way pulled out. There we go. So we're in the Pine Street Historic District. Those restaurants, places to eat outside. We're really not that far from the ocean. The aquarium is straight ahead, I think. I didn't completely write out a crazy walk for today. So I'm kind of going off memory from last time, and then I just double checked on the way here. I haven't been to the Queen Mary. I don't know if I've ever been on board, at least I don't remember. But I haven't been to the Queen Mary for probably like 10 plus years. So I'm kind of excited to see it. The Michelle Obama Library. Long Beach does have a cute little downtown with some really well preserved. I thought that said Carvel for 1 second, even though I walked by it earlier and read it. Cavalry. Across here. I swear I'll have to look up whether it was the same bank, but there's the Farmers and Merchants Bank. Pretty cool looking, actually. I'm likely to maybe get a little lost today, but I did bring my my backup phone just in case. This is part of Los Angeles County, but Long Beach is its own city. And I think Long Beach is really, really kind of lovely, actually. I never thought much about it before because I hadn't really spent any time here. But it has a distinctly different vibe than Venice Beach or Orange County. Like it's got a coolness actually that I never really appreciated before. I'm really happy to come down here. This is, I think, a closed bar, but pretty cool. Another federal looking building. Javier! Hey Hilda! Happy Long Beach day. So, my first jig, we're gonna walk by the aquarium, and then I want to go directly to the Queen Mary. Then, if we have time, I'll walk back by the little port, the place that had ice cream and soda that we went to the last time, the colorful little wharf. Woo. All right. I also am trying to be extra careful because I don't know this city as well, and I'm kind of used to crazy LA drivers. No worries. Right? So the whole area, I gotta say, smells like bacon and waffles. I had a nice piece of toast with some peanut butter on it and a banana, but I can't tell you how much I want a waffle stuffed with bacon. I don't know if that exists, but it should. I love me some waffles occasionally. It's never a good thing to start the day with. I feel like a waffle is better for the nighttime. Waffles or pancakes put me right to sleep. When Joe and I went to Orange County a couple weeks ago on a Saturday, he had never gone to IHOP before. Although we actually ate IHOP pancakes for free on the Boardwalk when they were trying to break the Guinness Book of World Records. And I had the chicken and waffles, which was, I gotta say, excellent. Except it really needed like a gravy, like a white gravy. I like a savory waffle. Chicken and waffles is pretty excellent. There's a famous restaurant we walked by, famous LA restaurant called Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles, which is excellent. I've only ever gotten delivery. Wow, loud car. I've only ever gotten delivery from them, but that in itself was pretty good. I think waffles are something you need to have immediately after making. The only time I like a sweet waffle, okay, all you pedestrians can walk around this person. The only time I would like a sweet waffle if it's like a frozen Eggo waffle with like blueberries in it. Yep. or just butter and maple syrup. I have to say, we've been making omelets. We stopped. I'm done with eggs for a little bit, but we were making omelets, and we just chop up a bunch of jalapeno peppers, onions, garlic, saute, and then a bunch of greens. Throw those in with the eggs, some sausage, or fake sausage, whatever you prefer, and a little bit of Gruyere cheese. So good. And then a drop of maple syrup. I tried to make we really love pancakes on this site. We seem to either see them spread out over the sidewalk, or we run into a place that is giving them away for free. I think I'm more of a corn dog person. I feel like I do love a hot dog on occasion. I haven't had one in a while, but a corn dog, I don't know. I really do love a corn dog. So there's a festival this way. I don't know what that festival is. Or maybe it already ended. I know, the whole trip has been fraught with food smells. Somebody got on the train and then sat down kind of near where I was, and then opened up like a foam restaurant thing with Chinese food in it, and it's so fragrant and delicious smelling. I hope it was as good as it smelled. And then got off the train, it smelled like bacon and waffles. A Paris baguette. It's not open yet. So right to the left of us is the Promenade Convention Center. And then just over those steps is the ocean, or Rainbow Bay. Just a cool looking street that runs right to the ocean. I'm gonna zoom back up. We got some stuff coming up. I feel like I saw a YouTube video where they compared Little Debbie snack cake sizes over the years, and they have gotten so much smaller. My favorite Little Debbie, though, is the Nutty Bar. I can't resist the Nutty Bar. So many different ways to eat it. You can just bite into it. You can peel the layers, scrape the peanut butter off with your teeth. I love it. We got some red velvet cupcakes from the grocery store last night against Joseph's better judgment. He fought to not get them, but I just felt like I needed a little, after having ice cream yesterday, I needed a cupcake. They were like only red velvet and name and color. No red velvet flavor. So Last time we crossed the street on a sort of bridge. There's the Fisherman's Wharf. Ooh, swan boats. Most of it is pretty new. I mean, this is a really huge port for us. But there's also a lot of weird Victorian houses tucked in. I can't go on this by myself, sorry. I wonder where it goes though, and you also need a reservation. 1 hour rental is $13 a pop, so kind of similar to the Echo Park ones, but you need 2 to tango, or 2 to paddle. I wonder where you can go though. Ooh, I almost fell in that thing. Doesn't look like anybody's partaking in the swans today. So I'm gonna get to this little bridge thing here and finish crossing. Maybe we can see the extent of the swan boat lagoon. But I love that you can totally smell like the ocean. And not an overpowering ocean smell, mind you, just a nice whisper. Oh, there's some swan boaters. Hey, JC Loop. There's a little Fisherman's Wharf. The bridge I walked over on was the white one last time, so we're gonna kind of go in that direction. As a non-alcoholic, meaning you only drink non-alcoholic drinks. I'm a mostly not drinker, I would say. Ooh, there's a cruise ship over there. Much smaller than the Queen Mary. Rainbow Bay. The swan boat ride just goes in a lagoon around the Hyatt. Maybe not as fun as Echo Park, where you just go around in a circle. I gotta tell you, some days I could really use a beer with lemon. All right, it is kind of beautiful. Also, a little colorful, and hence the name Rainbow, and a little Disney-esque. It's pretty. We're a pretty spot. I don't know what festival is happening over there, though. But we're not here for a festival. Alright, let me just concentrate on not falling down the stairs. I would even like, I think it's just sort of that, like, I would even drink like a non-alcoholic beer with lemon. It's kind of just not the buzz that you get from it that I like, but just that, and really only the first couple sips. Once it starts losing some carbonation, I don't love it anymore. The beach is to the left, like the beach that you would swim at. Our objective is to walk away from that for now and walk over to the Queen Mary. So there's a lot of little island things here, and I don't know if I know this from looking it up or somebody mentioned it, but you'll see a ton of disguised oil wells out on these little islands. I've only been to the convention center once, but I can't remember what it was for. It was like a wedding. And at the same time, oh look, you guys, Aerosmith's boat is here. Dream on. You can tell because there's a scarf tied on it. That's probably a really good one. ER, The Untold Story. This is almost like a San Francisco stream, one of Roy's beautifully scenic streams. There's Gladstones for fish. There used to be, maybe there still is, one in Malibu. I haven't gone to Malibu since Port of Los Angeles, misnamed. Should be the Port of Long Beach and give Long Beach its proper due.
Exercise ring closed.
My exercise ring is closed. I did turn my watch on today, so we'll know how far I walk. Oh, these kids are on the train with me, actually, the skateboarders. Very well behaved, actually. I just recognize them. I wish they had some turkey legs out here. A nice big old California fair style turkey leg.
Pace 20 minutes, 5 seconds per mile.
Just delicious. So hey, call to action here. We are going to be a year next month. A year of fun live streaming. Well, we've only been really live streaming since December, but the channel started about a year ago. And so we're trying to get to 2,000 subs for next month. If you're watching, feel free to give a like and subscribe, or just a subscribe, or just a like. Anything will help with the algorithm. Appreciate you. Harbor Breeze Cruises. I wonder how much a 45-minute cruise is. Should we go find out? right? It's all about the algorithm. I mean, the channel's not about the algorithm, but it appreciates the support that you give it and of the algorithm. I'm talking about it like it's a deity. Or Oz. The great and almighty algorithm. Oh my god, there's literally a Hooters here. I think there is. You can take a Bible class and then go to Hooters. So at one time there was a Ferris wheel down here and a roller coaster. They're no more, but they paid a little homage to it with this bridge. We took this bridge last time we came here and walked over. It would be really cool if it was the mode of transportation from one side of the street to the other, kind of like a messed up Angel's Flight, except you had to go on a loop-de-loop. And there's the non-working Ferris wheel. And here's my first stop after we go to the Queen Mary. I'm gonna get cheese, jalapeno nachos, and a number 7 dip cone. They've got dip. All else pays cash. Should I strap my gimbal on and get propelled up in that? I would die. Oh my gosh. Like literally it's the last thing on earth that I would want to do. Well, second to last thing. But that guy's gonna do it. If I were 10, I would have been down. Oh, another ice cream machine. I mean, ice cream truck. Have I told you lately that I love Long Beach? We have to walk blocks, sometimes miles, to get ice cream in LA, but in Long Beach, it's on every corner. Ooh, you can see the Queen Mary peeking out right over there. We have to go out of this park to get to it. I think it's kind of a wacky walk, but if I mentioned this before, I probably did, but when I plotted my Long Beach walk last time, it told me the Queen Mary was too far to go. When all actuality, it's just within my walking range. Speaking of Long Beach souvenirs, you get, string puppets. You get a Long Beach ball cap from our shop. I'm not really sure what this is. Whoa. Wow, this is getting me wet. Sorry. That's pretty cool. I don't know if that was on the last time we came here, although my shorts got splashed. I'm gonna let those little kids take their group picture. We'll check that out later. Pretty cool though, especially from that side. happy Fantastic Four week. You know what has been celebrating the Fantastic Four coming is planes over Los Angeles. We've been getting a lot of like skywriters doing the Fantastic Four. The craziest part is before it becomes the four, it looks like the anarchy symbol, and I get really excited. Finally! Anarchy! But it turns out to be the Fantastic Four. I didn't want to hang out with those kids. I felt like their counselors were looking at me. It's kind of weird sometimes filming. Just Joseph, I want to point out the fact that the two fellows in front of me are dressed almost exactly the same. It doesn't just happen to us. Olive t-shirts, black shorts. The sneakers are the variation, but twinsies. That was a good vote. It is a really lovely walk. Let's go to the Lighthouse and then circle out of here and go to the Queen Mary. We can kind of see it from up here. And from the Lighthouse you can see all of Rainbow Bay. Truly magical looking. The thing is, I'm more likely just on the regular to go to Santa Monica because it's so much more convenient. So voting for Long Beach was a good call because it got me out of sort of LA, so to speak. Hey Cecilia, that's all right. We just started like 33 minutes ago. We just got to the beautiful stuff right now. I'm walking along this boardwalk. Now I'm hot, actually. Hey, real deal. Long Beach is really just almost pristine looking. So this platform is about 2 feet above the sand, and I almost fell off it just now. Bringing back the dunes, coastal restoration brings a new life to Rainbow Harbor. Well, that's kind of interesting. So this is a project. They're restoring the dunes. Super little cute walking area. Maybe not when it's not when it's 80 degrees, but otherwise. And how fun is that? Just gonna let those folks get their family picture. But I can't walk in the sand. I'm gonna have so much. Please take your picture. Smile. Okay. You have ample opportunity. Peace. I am now in your vacation picture. I always thought it would be like kind of a... Which I like being alone sometimes, no offense, Joe. I think Joe likes being alone too. But to have a solitary life of a lighthouse keeper. I refuse to watch that Robert Pattinson movie where he goes crazy, also known as Robert Patterson. I'm kidding. Robert Pattinson movie where he's a lighthouse keeper and goes crazy. I just don't want it to ruin my dream. I don't think that's a lighthouse I would live in, though. That really just looks like a lighthouse. You'll see it. There's no house part. I'll bet. I think he's I've never seen any of the Twilight movies or any like that, but I saw something where he played a Bostonian taking care of his brother. Oh, you guys, go ahead and type Queen and you. I stream mostly in the Los Angeles area, but Los Angeles County is where I go. And then once in a while, Orange County. But this month, Joe and I are going to go to Catalina Island, which is also part of Los Angeles. There's a Queen Mary next to a modern day cruise ship. I can't wait to get over there. It is about a mile. If we could swim, it'd be a lot faster. If I could break out of the bay and steal one of those swan boats, I'd be all set. But alas, I cannot. So that's a little touristy area with all of the restaurants. You can see the Yard House over there. I feel like the Yard House was in the news recently, but I don't know if it was that Yard House. An ICE agent, never mind, we don't need to talk about that. No, I've just gotten, hey, Simply Sonora, I've just gotten to Long Beach. So, the Pike Outlets and Rainbow Harbor, we will kind of wrap up over there. We will do a live wrap up over there. You know, Shoreline Village, Queensway Bridge, but we really want to get to the Queen Mary. So the first Thursday of every month is the DTLA Art Walk. I forget who streamed it. I saw somebody stream it, somebody that we watch and somebody who's been in our chat. But it was a while ago, like 2 or 3 months ago, and I remember talking about it, and I never went because something else. So I think I'm going to try to squeeze that in next week, next Thursday, as it's going to have to be the evening walk. But as an evening walk solo casting, that's who did it. If I were a kid, that kid in particular, I would love nothing more than to just literally roll down this hill. She's running, but I would roll. It is just a really nice port. So you can see all the shipping vessels over there too, just a little bit beyond, and then a row of smog. We're gonna go to the Lighthouse. I'm just trying to find the best way to not walk up on someone so you can see it. It's really, as a lifelong New Englander, it's not the most lighthousey lighthouse I've ever seen. It could use some stripes. But it's great for Lighthouse. Hey Duncan, welcome, welcome, welcome you guys. If it's your first time here, please give the old like and subscribe. Again, 2,000 by August, end of August, I mean. totally doable. It's gonna be our 1-year anniversary. We're gonna get an ice cream cake shaped like a whale. For my first 1,000, when I hit 1,000, we showed my face. I need to come up with a trick for 2,000. Before I'd come to Long Beach last time, I hadn't gone to Long Beach in years, and I had never gone to Long Beach quite the way I did it on the walk. Like, we hit all this cool stuff. So I did put up a Queen Mary emoji. I hope it works. Since I'm not a member, I can't use the emojis, unfortunately. But Joe can. Three on a scooter. You know, Dee, I really do miss the New England seasons, especially like the first couple snows, but like the shittiest thing. And also I kind of miss the smell of autumn, but you can get that anywhere there's wet, rotting leaves. But yeah, I do miss the seasons as a marker for time. I feel like at least the first couple years I lived here, I could not really distinguish one season from another, and so time just seemed to trot on. Also, the holidays with snow is just really lovely. I don't miss the humid summers, though. I will tell you that. Especially Boston had especially humid summers. So we're gonna do a walk on this bridge over here. I just have to find the end of it, which I don't think is gonna be a problem. We're gonna go back into the wharf. Let's take a look back out to sea. We'll see you soon. Queen Mary, QE2. I don't know if it's the QE2. I just know it's the QE. That boat is from 1936 and still floating, barely, in the water, right? So it's one of the coolest things you can do, I think, in Los Angeles. You can stay overnight on that boat, just like they did on the Titanic, minus the sinking. Definitely minus the sinking. It's now a floating national museum. Well, I have to go back down to First Street to catch the train later on. Pier Point Landing.
Remember, folks, watch your step. No touching your penny. Dispose of the cup properly. And at the end of the forest, there's an exit. Make sure you follow the rules at the exit of one set of doors, open at a time. One set of doors.
Butterfly Pavilion. Butterfly Pavilion warnings.
You and the Lord keeps having a good time here. Thank you.
If you have kids, though, there's a lot of stuff to do down here. I'm gonna just walk in the shade for a sec. I don't know why they call it the Rainbow Port or the Rainbow Bay. Maybe it's because those buildings are so colorful. If we have that awesome port. I just went in one giant circle, so that's what the lighthouse does to you. We'll be able to see the wave thing, though, without 2,000 school children on their summer vacation. Hopefully. Excals. I called them expats yesterday. The Pike. Those are all outlets. Outlets are not the same to me. So I'm guessing that they modeled this aquarium after a whale. Are you coming to Long Beach? Like, it's a really nice little vacation town, actually. There is a ton of stuff to do. All right. The Inland Empire bus. What?
Pace, 23 minutes, 39 seconds.
Oh, when are you? I want to cross this without unaliving. When are you coming? What are you coming for? Ty! I thought I saw BD early on. Sometimes he just watches for a little bit. Sometimes him and Cecilia take turns. It's one or the other. So I'm guessing that we're going to get some pretty nice views of the bay and shippery stuff from up here. I'm only weirded out because I can't really see where to walk, but I'll figure that out. You're like bananas in pajamas, except they showed up together. I thought I knew you were here. Sometimes I feel with the chats it's okay to kind of lurk, because once you start chatting it's all over. Awesome. Okay. This is a bike path, so I could probably walk in it for a couple seconds, but I'm not going to. Ah, thank you so much. That's really sweet to hear. Some hearts for you too. All right, I'm just embracing my last few minutes of shade. I feel like somebody just watered all this stuff because I keep touching leaves that are wet. Oh yeah, they did. They must have. So I took the stupid, weird way to get here. There's a whole staircase over here. So we are gonna walk to the Queen Mary. It's maybe like 3/4 of a mile from where we are. I'll try to remember to walk back on the other side, although it looks a little more industrial. Just a little. So tomorrow we're gonna go Sunset Boulevard in the evening, like the Sunset Strip, to kind of catch some neon, some glow. We haven't walked that way in a while. It's pretty. So 6:30-ish. Saturday, we are going to go to Venice Beach. I'll put up the thing tonight for that. The reservation, if you will. I just want to know what time Joe wants to go. And it really depends on him a lot. In a good way. It's his day off. This looks really beautiful, but it really smells like oil. We'll be going on like the Sunset Strip part. So my guess is we'll probably start off at Hollywood and Highland area, and then I'm gonna walk on Hollywood a little bit, because below Hollywood and Highland on Sunset, it's in the midst of a rejuvenation, I would say. So we'll walk residential Hollywood Boulevard, I think maybe to the foot of Laurel Canyon, and then dip down to Sunset for the sunset. So I think it's 8:03 tomorrow night. My hope would be that we could be at the top of La Cienega and kind of look down into West Hollywood. Either way, we're going to do that. I might end up going down La Cienega and walking back east through West Hollywood, which I don't do a lot of the times. But it's really convenient for where we'll be. I wish the Sunset Strip was as swinging as it used to be. Yeah, you can also say no, but I'm gonna go back and check it out for sure. Simply Sonora, thank you so much for doing that. Yeah, there's also like ghost stuff that you can do here if you're into ghost stuff. I know some of you are and some of you are not, but they have like haunted Halloween stuff, and it's purported to be haunted. I really want to believe. So Sunday, I can definitely check. Sunday we're probably going to toot around the farmer's market and then like go down like toward the Fairfaxy area. I'll check to see where that address is in relation to where we'll be on Sunday, and maybe we'll stop by. It's another sad day for 80s celebrities. Goodbye Hulk Hogan. You know, I ate that whole loaf of bread with butter, like, before dinner. I called it the Port of Los Angeles. I was wrong. It's the Port of Long Beach. Port of Los Angeles is different. They really should. We don't do enough for farmers. It's weird though, like farmers weren't the same as they were like 30 years ago. Maybe we should take this staircase. Looks like it might be a little more magical and a shorter cut. Yeah, it drops right off down here. Because everything is sort of factory and corporate now, I feel like. Which again begs the conversation about food supply and if one thing goes wrong, etc. Queen Mary, we're on the Port of Long Beach, walking to the Queen Mary. You know, I never really liked Bill Cosby that much. There was something about his goofy voices, like the Jell-O pudding pop voice. I didn't like him for some reason, but I did watch the Cosby Show. I liked the mother. Probably could have guessed that. Claire Huxtable. And the kids, you know? I think they were a little older than me at the time. I definitely watched the Cosby Show. You guys could stay at this Marriott here. Oh, now it really smells like the ocean. We are getting much closer, but like the not good part of the ocean. I think Claire was awesome because she didn't also completely take his crap. So she was kind of, if I'm wrong and I'm misremembering, I'm so sorry, but I just remember her as being like a strong kind of married but independent kind of character. And then Rudy. That was our baby Peggy. So right now I'm walking through the Marriott parking lot. I sure hope that wasn't a mistake to get to where we need to go, but we'll find out soon enough. Yeah, no, I'm gonna walk out of here. I don't need to be in the Marriott parking lot. Right, she was a female doctor. I mean, they were still kind of TV, like, fantasy life with, but, you know, a lot of TV shows weren't based in reality then. All right, now I'm gonna cross the street to the other side, not get hit by a car. Queen Mary, where are you? Straight ahead. I hope there's a more interesting way to walk back. So the Queen Mary docks here, also cruise ships dock here. I don't know what that letter C stands for, maybe Charlie. But that's a huge boat. Carnival? They really should rethink that logo because it looks almost like Gate C, Parking Lot C. I wasn't hooked. I wasn't glued. I didn't watch every episode, but I definitely watched it. Like, wasn't it what, like, Family Ties and The Cosby Show were on, like, back to back on whatever night they were on? Or I could totally be wrong. Family Ties was also a show that I didn't completely buy into, but watched. The daughter of Denise Huxtable, did that something like, didn't Lisa Bonet leave The Cosby Show because she got too popular outside of it or something like that? She made a movie that was pretty risky. All right. I'm walking in the bike path. Let's hope no one tells me to put away my selfie stick. You really don't want a jiggly version of me walking around this boat. Family Ties was not on ABC. That much I know. It neither has the glow of ABC TV shows or the musical cues of ABC TV shows. ABC TV shows were almost their own. I feel like it was like Metro Goldwyn Mayer. They came up with a template, and you can tell an ABC TV show. I feel like Family Ties was not ABC. I could be wrong, but I don't think I am. But so I feel like if they weren't on the same network, they were on the same night. So there is the Rainbow Bay over there and the convention center. I, for some reason, don't know where the Lighthouse is. Oh, the Lighthouse is right center. I don't remember Full House being on TV at all the time, but I feel like Full House is an ABC TV show. By the time Full House came on, I probably wasn't watching. I'm probably too punk to watch TV shows like that at that point. I mean, even part of the Cosby. I think during that time period, I was watching, like, Roseanne. I did not watch Married with Children when it was on. I just always felt so bad for Al. And I had a hard time suspending disbelief because the beginning of the show, she is smoking a cigarette, as she did. And I doubt I'll run into Snoop Dogg, but if I do, I'll ask him to say hi to you guys. He probably lives in Beverly Hills or the Inland Empire now. I feel like he lived in the Inland Empire for a while because there was some kind of weird, you could look it up, like his registry, his wedding registry was at like Kohl's or J.C. Penney, like somewhere you wouldn't expect Snoop Dogg to register. So I didn't watch Married with Children at the time, and I think I rejected just popular culture was the thing. I also thought they were so mean to Al. Like, why does he stay? But 2 or 3 or maybe 5 years ago, I watched it right up until they brought on the baby, which was kind of a sad story, to be honest with you. I think that Peg was with child during that season, and then she lost the child, and they worked the child into the script, and then they just stopped talking about the baby. I can't remember what happened, or if it was a dream. There she blows. But it actually was pretty funny. That show was pretty funny. And I gave in to them beating on poor Al the whole time. A lot of people fishing over here. I wonder how the... Hey, Brandon. I wonder how the fish is from here. I mean, this is like a port. Look, it's a Maersk. You know, I have a hard time saying hi to people without typing their entire name out. I cannot do it. So if I'm in a chat and I'm responding to somebody, I literally have to, I don't know, my maybe phone doesn't work right. Hey, good afternoon, Focus. We are at the Queen Mary in Long Beach. Gotcha. I think it happens on my desktop too. Is this? Oh, I wonder where that goes. To the ocean, probably. All right, I'm going to stop in the shade for just 1 second. We're going to soak in the beauty of the Queen Mary, and then I'm going to go over to her in all of her glory. Mary. I hope Mary's here. The ship she was named after. I'm kidding, Mary. I know you weren't named after the Queen Mary. I can't imagine anything more terrifying, other than being on a really high building, than being in the middle of the ocean on this boat. Or that boat, not being able to see land. I don't know where that fear comes from, but it is real. Oh my gosh. Hey, great. Thank you, Simply Sonora. That's great to see you walkers here. I want to take a second to thank my members, which I have not done yet. So before we get to the Queen Mary, please enjoy this commercial about my members, who are great support. And we make little shorts for every week and do live streams once a month. I don't know what we're going to do in August. And we are here today in Long Beach because my members voted for it. I keep reading about the heat dome that is like hitting the Midwest. And I don't know if I could deal. I should be wearing a tank top, Speedos. I should be wearing everything that Hilda just mentioned right there. I don't know if it's like the southeast, but it's a lot of places like from the Midwest to like, oh, you're kind of in the mid-Atlantic, right? Mighty Bull, boom boom, welcome to the room. Always a pleasure to see ya. I wonder how much it costs to go on board and if they'll let me go in with my selfie stick. 'Cause, come on. Ooh, it's a submarine. Another mode of transportation I will never partake in unless it's 20,000 leagues under the sea at Disney World. Or the Finding Nemo adventure, which is what it's called now. And that is a little iffy. 1936. A luxury cruise liner it once was. Also, it carried soldiers during World War II or I, 16,000 soldiers. I should have brought my ghost thing today and we could have tried to get a parking lot ghost, some parking lot ghost action. All right, I have a $20 bill in my pocket. Let's hope it's not more than that. And let's hope they let me go in without scanning something. Ticketing and retail. A Queen Mary pass. Hey, Oscar. I think it was, and then it came around Cape Hood to get here. Chips, cookies, candy, soda, energy drinks, iced coffees. Oh, I thought that these were the things that are not allowed. I'm just gonna check my signal. Okay, it's $45 to go on the boat. I love you guys. But we'll just get close to the boat. I said go to the Queen Mary. Huh? If I were here with Joe, I definitely... $90 though, that's like going to the movies 3 times. I like a good $24.99 museum. I think that's my museum glass ceiling, $24.99. So the Queen Mary is always on the verge of sinking, by the way. Every 5 or 7 years that I've lived here, there's like a call to it's about to go bankrupt, the people that run it, or it's slowly sinking. Again, another reason why I don't know if I could have lived in the age of boats. Bye, Will. Get some good rest. Be thinking of you. Thank you so much for being here today. And then if we had to escape that, lifeboat, this is our escape. Dude, we would be in trouble. We couldn't even all fit in this. I'm gonna see if I can peek at what it looks like on the inside. Yeah. We would be in trouble. Look at all those people up there that paid $45. And so your lifeboat, oh, look at the rust under there, those windows. The lifeboat would have been on that thing and then lowered all the way from there. Down to there. That's quite a drop. I don't even think I would survive that. I don't know. They probably do. I would venture to guess that there are some days that it is less expensive, like Wednesdays. They do. They've got a guided tour on board. Oh, look. You could rent a room. You can make a phone call at old-timey English phone booth that has no phone in it. And then there's the Firenze is what that one's called. I don't even know if I would like to be on that. Oh, that would be cool. I don't mind a bus tour. I've taken bus tours in other countries. Quebec, I took a bus tour in when I was a little kid. But like a walking tour with somebody in confined, tight spaces, I just don't know. Let's see. Mini boat earrings, a boat pin. We'll see what they've got. Let me just check so I'm at 119. I'm going to check my battery here. It is time to charge. Please look at the boat. A straw hat. I'm going to sit at this picnic table for 1 second while I charge up. I don't want to accidentally turn anything off. Do you remember those? They used to have, well, I remember these from Boston, but they used to have like a museum store where they sold like replicas and things from the Boston Museum. That is odd. All right, I'm going to backup cord. I'm going to use my backup cord, I think. which is super short. The Poseidon Adventure. Wasn't that a movie about a boat sinking? All right. Okay, all plugged in with plenty of places to go. It's weird, one of my chargers is totally kaput, meaning it doesn't even light up. The other one lights up, but it for some reason isn't charging. I used it for my phone on the way here, and then I have one that's totally dead. Oh no, there we go. It just turned on. I didn't give it enough of a chance. All right. I feel like it's on. It also shows up on the Ghost Hunter shows every once in a while. Somebody's at the Queen Mary. I've heard from many people that it is haunted. I wonder, hey, West Coast, I wonder where the lunch place is. I want to see, I'm going to poke my head in the gift shop. We'll see what they have. Maybe I can afford a souvenir with my $20 my Nana gave me for the day. I'm joking. Hey, Nana. That proud nation is not us, it is actually England, because that's where the Queen Mary comes from. And here's an excited traveler, which looks like Bing Crosby almost. On the maiden voyage of 1927. Wow. That almost looks like a lot of stuff. I believe you're probably right, and that's probably why they're $45 to enter. I was on board this. I came here one time at night and I went on board. I don't remember it being that expensive. But I will tell you, the sea air is rough on things. So there's where you buy the tickets. Just for you, Cecilia. I love these books, actually. They sell them all over Los Angeles. They used to be like $14.95, and I think they're $30 now.
Ooh, $40.
Everything is $40. Uh-oh. It's a model kit.
12. Well, you passed. You're an adult.
Not Legos. Oh, I could get a hat. A bellhop hat, just like Baby Peggy in Tips. Sorry, I'm going to stop talking about Baby Peggy eventually. I kind of like that t-shirt, but I'm actually way more interested in building the model ship of the Queen Mary. I bet it's $40. Also, I cannot carry this. Priceless. Ah, but this. A nice Queen Mary pint glass. A ball cap. You guys, I have a Long Beach ball cap that you can get for 24 bucks. Kidding. Oh my god, personalized wood magnets. Oh, you get to put your name on it. Awesome gifts in the gift shop. I love souvenirs for some reason. That's all I can do to keep myself from actually buying Hollywood souvenirs because I just love little shit, little pieces of little things. I saw a commercial or a ad, not an ad, but like a photograph, not a photograph, you know what I mean, of McDonald's. And they had a poster that said, Lil McDonald's. And I was like, what is that? So with the Happy Meal, they're giving the toys like tiny fries and tiny burgers. I thought it had something to do with the McDonald's play set that I had when I was a kid. I've been on a boat on the ocean. I've been on a couple boats on the ocean, but something about that and being in the middle of the Pacific or Atlantic Ocean between two continents with like no land. I guess I would really, I don't know. I feel like a tiny little speck in something just overwhelmingly large. I took a boat to Nova Scotia from Maine. A ferry, I guess. We drove our car on it. I've taken a couple of ferries to places. I took a hoverboat across the English Channel. But I've never been in the middle of the ocean on a boat. I've actually gone kayaking in the ocean. I think that's maybe, I mean, I could still see land, but I think that's maybe what kind of made me think it's so deep down there. We are hoping to do Catalina Island in August. That requires a little bit of planning on our part because we have to drive there. And I really enjoy. I wonder if you can. I thought about that because we thought about staying overnight, and we would definitely need to bring our dogs. You have the best behaved dog ever, by the way, West Coast G. When you were picking up Church's fried chicken last night, my dog would have been ripping that bag open on the seat. Either one of my super sweet, well-behaved dogs. So a hotel room and some trazodone for one of my dogs. So I have a feeling that that little path right there is what leads me to the walking path that I should be taking, but I'm not going back that right way. I'm going back the way I came. The Fudgy the Whale we would have to eat on the way over because it would melt by the time we got there. All I can think about are those 3 ice cream trucks we saw on the way over here. I probably should have something more sustenance like. By the time I ate, for dinner last night, we had avocado, cucumber, lemon juice, dill, a couple drops of avocado oil salad. So good. One of our dogs is, I think the dog that we've had the longer would probably be a little paranoid, but I think the dog that we haven't had a long time has some real anxiety about being left alone. So anytime we leave the house, even if I'm doing laundry and I leave the house for like 5 minutes and come back and he barks like he hasn't seen me since before the start of World War II. Like, I'm home! And it's just insane barking. It's happy barking. And you're happy that something is so excited to see you, but at the same time you're just like, shut up. My neighbors. Oh, and feta cheese. We added some feta cheese also. Oh, it was so good. You gotta try it. I don't get the dill part of it. I really don't like dill, and you can't, also black pepper and salt. You can't really taste the dill that much. I've tried it with fresh dill and dried dill. I better learn to use the dried dill. We have like a pound of it. I think, so the story behind the secondary dog is the people that got him returned him because he wasn't the kind of breed that they thought he was after 3 years, right? Oh, poor fucking dog. Sorry about my language. And the whole time they had him, they kept him in a kennel, not a kettle. Can you imagine that? They kept him in a kennel. This is the story the lady told me that when I adopted him from the Rescue Society. They kept him in a kennel and they gave him human Xanax to calm him down, which is horrible for a dog's liver. But he doesn't get Xanax anymore. And I think he's just a little... I think they also left him in a kennel a lot. I could tell by the way he goes to the bathroom when I take him for a walk. He like lines himself up on the curb and poops over the edge like he's going in the back of a kennel or something. He's sweet, but a lot of terrier fun and love. We had a real run with avocados and sweet potatoes for a long time. It's like almost all I ate. I was eating so many sweet potatoes that I will tell you my hands started to turn yellow. Like so much beta carotene. I think it's really horrible too. The worst part of this story is she was like, well, they want to adopt another dog. And I said, are you going to let them? Well, it's not up to me. I was like, you shouldn't let these people adopt another dog. And that was before I knew my dog. I thought he was sweet at first. He's gotten sweet. I love cilantro too, but I always feel like you have to buy so much of it and then I end up throwing it away. I just like threw 2 bundles of fresh dill out because they got gucky. In a perfect world, I would just have herbs growing on a windowsill, so I could just pick them when I needed. Sometimes it is cheap to get like the plant when you go to the grocery store, especially basil or oregano or rosemary plant. A rosemary plant is a good one to get because it never really, you can use rosemary so much, and it also doesn't bloom like basil does and get soapy. I need to add more squash. For lunch yesterday, for our continuation of red lentils, or maybe it was not yesterday, it was the day before, we had a vegetarian lunch. So it was pinto beans, corn, I love corn, pinto beans, corn, and tomatoes, tomato puree, red lentils, bulgur wheat. So good. I feel weird. I think I am in the middle of the hotel property and I need to get out of here. I'm like, ooh, you can rent a jet ski. I don't want to walk through their pool. I'm not dressed for that.
You want to drive it? You don't want to drive
Actually, I should have stayed over there. That's the way I came, I think. I keep waiting for the price of the avocados to go up. Yesterday the avocados were like organic for 99 cents. And then the non-organic ones were like $2.39. I went organic. I can never buy one of those bags, those whole bags of avocados, because inevitably half of them get dark on the inside. Once they get dark, I don't know if that means they're actually bad, but I cannot eat that because I'm a baby. Right? I really am enjoying the red lentils. That was next week tahini, but I'm really enjoying red lentils in everything. Like if you add them to chili also, because what we made was kind of a chili in a way, but they like just thicken everything up. Also protein. We call them Cecilia's red lentils actually. I kind of agree with you on that. Like, the healthier stuff is way more expensive. You think it would cost less to not spray bug spray on stuff, because you don't have to buy bug spray. I know it's not bug spray they're spraying on it, but you know what I mean. I agree with you. Lentils are filling and warming and very wintry seeming to me. My whole life though, I had green lentils. I don't like green lentils that much, but these red lentils are insane. I do eat green lentils from time to time. There's something about the flavor of them that's a little bit. I'm gonna cut through the parking lot this time. $20, $5 for each 20 minutes, $45 for parking, $45 to get on the Queen Mary. Like lifestyles of the rich and famous. So I said bulgur wheat, but we use barley actually. We occasionally buy bulgur wheat. I love barley. The one we live not too far from, I guess it's like an Eastern European grocery store. That's their angle, called John's. They're all over Los Angeles, but they have almost bulk, like herbs and grains. So it's a really great place to go. The only grain they don't have, which is not really a grain, is, wow, I love that van. It has, I hope nobody's sitting in it, the state high points. So the highest point in each state Mount Whitney in California, Alaska Denali, New Hampshire, Mount Washington. Let's see. Virginia, you got Mount Rogers. Florida, Britton Hill. Florida is probably the funniest one. That is really cool. I'm gonna have to try yellow ones, actually. I cooked with grits in a past life. I do love grits and like cream of wheat also. And my mother didn't make much oatmeal, but she would make cream of wheat a lot when we were kids. My mother was like quasi health conscious. Lots of wheat germ. Good thing I wasn't not lactose. Good thing I wasn't gluten sensitive. I'm like sprinkling wheat germ on everything. I'm hoping that the recipe that we shared a couple weeks ago for the ribs, I haven't gotten around to making that, but the fake ribs, fake-in ribs. I think I'm gonna try it this weekend. I'm just gonna stand in this little shady spot for a moment. Thank you so much. If it is your first time here, please give an old likey, maybe a subscribe. We would love to get to I almost said 1,000, 2,000 by the end of August. It'll be our first 1 year on YouTube of walking around Los Angeles. I like almond butter and a handful of crushed walnuts and then a drizzle of maple syrup in my oatmeal. I love oatmeal. Oatmeal makes me hungry though. Like after I've had an oatmeal, like I want to eat a couple hours later. I don't know how important breakfast is to me, but lunch is extremely important. Sometimes when I eat breakfast, even if it's, not too carby, I just get tired at like 12, a couple hours later. If I don't have lunch, I'm running on, sort of a caffeinated energy. And then I'll eat at 1 and I'll be all right, or 1 or 12. But now that I work from home, we usually have something for breakfast. This morning, peanut butter toast and a banana. I love peanut butter. I love walnuts also. That was something we always had when I was a kid, especially at Christmas time. Walnuts and a cracker. A nutcracker, that is. I feel like I tend to eat a lot of hard stuff, and I'm worried about the day that I totally wear the enamel off of my teeth from eating popcorn and walnuts and peanuts. I offered Joe a peanut butter toast. He wanted mustard on his toast, so I put yellow mustard on his toast and served it up. You almost could have thrown the Japanese peanuts, crushed them up and thrown them into that salad last night to just give it needed like a surprise taste. It was the avocado salad was really good. It just needed a punch to it. And I'm not sure what that is. Yeah, I don't know about the mustard on toast either. I could see like white Wonder Bread with mustard on it, not toasted. Or one of my favorite things I used to get was a bagel. I take it back. A toasted bagel with mustard and onion is really pretty tasty. I'm not sure if croutons, maybe pumpkin seeds. Some, maybe seasoned papitas would be great. I love pumpkin seeds and sunflower seeds. Again, I probably will have dentures because I'll have no enamel on my teeth in 10 more years. I would definitely do whatever they're doing. Is that a skidoo machine? I'm a mayo lover. Joe doesn't enjoy mayo the way I do. Bye, Queen Mary. Did our emoji not work? The Queen Mary? I didn't see anybody type Queen. Miami is just like another world. It's on another level. If I want, like, I would love to go to Miami. Places I would love to see in Florida: St. Petersburg, St. Augustine. Is that the oldest city in Florida? What's the oldest city in Florida? I would love to see that. I also, being born in Palm Beach, I would love to go back. Not that I remember it at all. There we go, the Queen Mary sailing in. I think that's my biggest emoji yet. And it's for a limited time only. I was watching YouTube last night, obviously. West Coast G, getting chicken. This is what I watched. I watched She Clicks Bricks built or maybe I watched that this morning. She built a Bordeaux, like, cafe, not cafe, but like a wine house. What do you call those? So insane. And the point of that story was I also watched this guy who did a video where he used AI to insert himself into classic movies. So he took a scan of himself or an image of himself, and he was then in charade as Cary Grant, like the full man in charade with Audrey Hepburn, and he totally looked like Cary Grant, down to the part in charade where she touches the cleft chin on him and says, "How do you shave there?" I would really love to see St. Augustine for some reason. I don't know why I didn't mention that first, but kind of has, I feel like we had like a postcard book of St. Augustine from like the 20s, like the kind of postcards I use for thumbnails sometimes. And I was kind of mesmerized by its very Spanish colonial looking. We're not condoning colonialism, but the architecture is very Spanish colonialism. I just want to go somewhere chill. Like, I wouldn't mind going to Miami, but I wouldn't mind going to Miami. I would love to go to Miami, but like, I just want chill things to do. I don't need to be at the discotheque. Do they call them discotheques anymore? They don't. Okay, whoops. I think that's why Joe and I like I love Palm Springs, but that's definitely a town you can party in. I think that's why I like Santa Barbara so much, because you just don't feel compelled to find somewhere to party. My sister lives near Orlando. Sounded like a butter imitation. I never was into Hulkamania, but like Hulk Hogan was everywhere when I was like a kid, a teenager. I mean, he was telling us not to do drugs. He was showing up on the A-Team. I think he might have even been in a couple movies, like lunchboxes, t-shirts. And I really feel like turned out to be bonkers. Anyway, I agree with you, West Coast G, for life. I don't really follow him either. I know that he spoke at he ripped his shirt off for Trump, right? At the convention. He seemed a little decrepit to me, so he actually, when you think about it, what he did to his body being a wrestler, he probably lived longer than he should have. That's some definite damage. So, speaking of propaganda, and the propaganda that when we were kids, like, I was talking about little McDonald's, which right now they're giving away these tiny fries and tiny burgers and tiny stuff in the Happy Meals. Probably not choking hazards. But I used to have a McDonald's play set when I was a kid. It was a mini McDonald's restaurant. It was like Play School or Fisher Price, and it had a drive-through and little trays of food. And it wasn't like Fisher Price Little People because they were square. And that's kind of like training, propaganda. Part of the corporate machine trying to get me to eat double cheeseburgers or love Happy Meals. I couldn't put Queen Mary in. I could only put Queen, by the way. You can only use one word to make the emoji kick off. I know that's not the way you would normally say it. We didn't really see any of the islands with the hidden oil wells on them. I think when we get to Rainbow Harbor. Thank you so much, West Coast G. I'll be seeing what you and Carlo are up to later when I get home and put my dogs up, meaning my feet. Thank you for joining and chatting. Joining in and chatting. How was your dinner? I have never been to Church's Fried Chicken, although I've seen it everywhere, all over for the entire time I've lived here. I think my next chicken endeavor, I really want to try Popeyes again. I know it's weird. But then Church's. I'll get back to eating food when it's not summertime. It's so much easier to just get a chilling ice cream. I feel like they have a huge following, Church's, but it's like a if you know, you know. Only die-hard real Angelinos. Or Los Angeles County-Os. No Church's. I've never been into the Popeyes on Hollywood, but we walk by it all the time, and I'm kind of just... I don't think I've eaten at Popeyes since like the 90s in Boston. And I know You know, I like to be timely, and everybody's talking about these chicken sandwiches right now. I'm kidding. Like a year ago or two, everybody was talking about the Popeyes chicken sandwich, and because they kept running out of them. So I'd never tried it then. I feel like I owe myself a Popeyes chicken sandwich. Good to know, except for the bagel shop. There's a bagel store, I think it's on 6th. It's called the Brooklyn Bagel Company. They're some of the best bagels I've ever had in Los Angeles. And at 1 o'clock, they close. Really great bagel sandwich. At 1 o'clock, they close. Or 1 o'clock, all their bagels go half price. The best bagel I ever had in Los Angeles was, there was a bagel place in Beverly Hills on Beverly Drive called Saint Urbain. And they were from Quebec, I think. And their bagels were so giant and delicious. I really like spicy food though. I would probably get the regular. The thing is, I kind of joke about going into Popeyes. Like, if I went to Popeyes, I would want to sit at a table in there and eat it, because that doesn't seem like a great food for Uber Eats or for, like, walking home with. And that Popeyes is kind of trippy. I think I bought a Pepsi there before, or tried to use the bathroom. The McDonald's is also really trippy. I'm gonna sit on Audrey Houth. This is her bench, because I've got to tie my shoe. Oh. Ah, there we go. Is Popeyes got like a seasoning like Kentucky Fried Chicken? Kentucky Fried Chicken, while we're on the topic, it has a capacity to be sometimes really disgusting and then other times just insanely great. Did you know that Dave Thomas from Wendy's was the Colonel Sanders protege? And I feel like the Wendy's has always struggled with their chicken sandwich. I really hope those two people are happy riding their bike. It took me 90 minutes. I can't remember how many stops, but like an insane amount of stops. So basically, I took the bus to, I live in between a couple of train stations, 3 actually. So I took the bus to Vermont and Santa Monica, and then I took the Red Line train. It has a letter, but I forgot what it is, Carrie. And then at 7th Street Metro, I took the Long Beach train, which also has a letter. So the last time we came to Long Beach, I actually got on the wrong train going towards Santa Monica for a couple of the stops. Yeah, it did take it would have taken me 45 minutes to drive here. I feel like, so, you know, I really want to, there are some really great canals here that Brave Bull turned me on to. They are in Italian name city. I'll remember in a second when I'm not thinking about it. Anyway, but to go there, I would have to take this same train and then take some kind of kooky bus. So I mostly try to go places, where we can get on a train or public transportation, because if you are ever here and you want to visit some of these places, like you don't need a car 100% of the time. Naples, that's it. Sorry. Actually, my Italian is, the Italian part of me is Naples. I forgot the city. But like we can get most places on the train or a train and a bus. I remember reading about the Long Beach canals. They're in much better condition, I think, than the Venice canals. I feel like Long Beach was just kind of treated nicer than Los Angeles, probably because it had all that oil and port money. The city I grew up in had canals in it also, except sometime in the late 70s, they filled them with cement. Hey LA unknown, we are in LB. Today we just walked to the Queen Mary. We didn't go on board, a little expensive, $45. I'm gonna walk through here so I can let the cherry picker guy do his banner hanging without worrying about dropping a banner on me. I've always wanted to go up in one of those. Ooh, it smells like oil. So our next little trek is just going to be over to the other side of the Rainbow Bay. We can walk through those charming little shops. I am going to skip these two ice cream trucks but it's good to know they're there and just a train ride away. I actually you can still smell the oil. So I saw also online there's like a plan out for a revamp of the Queen Mary like courtyard, and it looked phenomenally cool. Yeah, we went to the Queen Mary and got right up to it. I was thinking, what's it gonna cost to enter? $20? It was like $45. I'm sorry, $45 is a lot. Oh my gosh. Oh, those don't go that high. I still wouldn't want to ride one of those, especially in the park in front of a bunch of people, maybe somebody live streaming. Feel a bit like Justin Timberlake in a harness. Just kidding. I do much better eating a full meal when I have Joe with me, so one of us can order and one of us can scope out a place. I'm not. See, now that would be a $45 worth it to me. Like you get a haunted maze and history. Kids were a lot cheaper. I don't know if anybody has kids, but they're expensive. How do you go to the Queen Mary or Disneyland with your kids? I think eventually, I'm gonna sit down in the cool skateboard area. I think eventually I'm gonna get a different style camera that I can, like a wearable camera, so I can do sometimes streams where I normally couldn't do. I just want it to be quality, and I want it to have, I forgot the word, steady. I want it to be able to motion control, something like that. And I use wise words. Thank you, Mighty Bull. So, I will say use your passion for good. I try to every day. Oh, and there's still an Outback Steakhouse. Maybe I should just get an Awesome Blossom. Right, it's such a blessing to have the Mighty Bull drop in. Twice. He's been here twice. They've been here twice. Hey, we are, down for LB today. Oh, they're going on a Harbor Breeze cruise. So that... I wonder if we could do something like that if the boat had Wi-Fi. It's odd that it's so much warmer down here by the water than it was in the city, but maybe it's just heated up in general. I would end up going over the side in a booze cruise. I'm one drink drunk. Hey, welcome, 115 walkers. Thanks for watching. If it's your first time here, please feel free to like and subscribe. And then if you subscribe, feel free to chat. We're super friendly. And welcome. Thanks, Simply Sonora, for helping me remember. Tokyo Wacko. I've only ever heard of Tokyo Wacko. Actually, that's not true. I've eaten there in Pasadena.
Forever and ever and ever.
So we're going over there. Beautiful. I'm hoping they have a Dippin' Dots. I'm joking. That's not the Queen Mary. Dippin' Yats. I don't understand Dippin' Dots. I think it's a novelty you try once, but you can never get enough of an ice cream mouth feel out of them. Are they like, is this like a NASA invention? Mary, thank you so much. Were you here for the Queen Mary? I did give you a shout out. Woo! I definitely brought you up when we hit the Queen Mary. So once I ate at that restaurant that has the copper roof, and I didn't realize that this was all next to it. because I would have come back the next day to check this out. Huh, thanks. That's a pirate ship. Thank you. They're the bad boys of the harbor. That is the Yard House. Is this the Yard House that was on the news recently? They all kind of look the same. I'm gonna like slow down to see what the boat rentals are.
You guys have any questions?
Are you guys open?
Yeah.
Yeah? Oh, okay.
It's $125 to rent a boat for an hour. $45 to walk on the Queen Mary for as long as you want. Thanks, BD. Yeah, they have some pretty standard t-shirts over there. Thank you so much. Let me got some fireworks going. Fireworks. Other kind of fireworks. I don't know what those are. All right, Mary. Thank you so much. Imagine how this must look on 4th of July. Seriously, all these fireworks. Yay, thank you so much. That is really super sweet. Too generous. I really appreciate it. Very patriotic. 7 to go. I probably will just keep going. Oh my gosh, wait. Oh, yay! Hey, I'm gonna do another firework, but before I do, I want to show you John Travoltage. That boat is named John Travoltage. What? Okay, I gotta keep the fireworks open. Woo! Thanks, BD. Thanks, Mary. I wonder if they have saltwater taffy anywhere. Thank you so much. Oh, West Coast G, thank you so much. That's really nice. 5 to go. Caden's Candy. Whoa. All right, thanks, sweetie. Look at that, you guys. They have a merry-go-round here too, just like woo! I wonder if I could ride the merry-go-round. I'd be creepy as an adult male riding a merry-go-round by myself, but if Joe were here, I wouldn't feel as bad. Thank you so much. You guys are funny. Thank you so much for the support. Very sweet. It totally counts. Whoa! You guys are hilarious. My finger hurts from hitting the fireworks button. I'm just joking. Those fireworks look great in the dark. Woo! All right. A gift shop. I wonder if the pirate boat belonged to this Pirate's Cove. Oh, thank you so much, Mary. You guys are hilarious. Thank you very much. Hold on. Whoops. I'm like, let me get to Pirate's Cove here. Sorry, I couldn't see my fireworks button. Pirate's Cove. Woo! Thank you so much, Mary and BD. Cecilia. Rose petals. That's a new one. Let's see if that one works. This one puts bows on people's heads. Oh, thank you so much. That's awesome. I guess my bow on the head is not working. Thanks, Cecilia. Woo. Woo! Thank you so much. So warding off the evil eye right here. Oh, wow. It's really cool stuff. I love those kind of Moroccan-y looking. Oh, thank you so much. That rose petals is new. Shenanigans. Thank you, Ozgate. Thank you. Walk. I almost said walking in LA. West Coast G. Thank you, West Coast G. Mary, Cecilia, BD. I noticed that Joe has not donated though, so. It's always kind of busy, but I kind of love it. If I had a quarter, I would weigh myself. Ice cream and frozen yogurt, churros, hats. Yeah, thank you guys so much. More rose petals. It's the only one I can see. More fireworks, just because I can now see them again. You guys, thank you so much. I really appreciate the support. I can't see my screen anymore, though. Hold on. So this fancy restaurant, I can't believe I went here and missed. Oh, it's the Parker's Boathouse. Sorry. Oh my God, Joe, I hear your J-Lo song. Sorry, I've got to get to the dark again. I think I turned the face finder that will stick a bow on top of anybody's head. They certainly have a lot of scales here. Oh, well, that's the bargain right there. $19. 1 hour cruise, kids free. Only one free child though. I gotta turn something off real quick, so otherwise we're gonna see a bow on people's head. Or maybe we'll just see a bow on people's head. Now I can't see it. Oh well. If we see a bow on somebody's head, fun. Captain Morgan. Huh. I don't know where the bow went, to be honest with you. Pirate. Okay. Well, here's the really crazy thing. I can't see the bow. Like, when I go to pull that up, the bow is no longer there. Random touch. Oh, wait. There we go. I'm going to turn it off. There, it's off now. I really need to explore some of those more. Well, the crazy thing about leaving that bow on there is, what if somebody that we walk by goes back and watches this later and thinks I was making fun of them? I don't want to have a bad reputation. Louisiana Challies. Crinkle cut fries. And a chicken sandwich. Hey, Captain Moonray, you are very welcome. Thanks for being here. I feel like, well, that J-Lo song is still playing. I feel like it's your stream, because we are by all these boats, unless you're a different kind of captain. I feel like I can add this to the list of places that I would bring people from out of town. And I would also, you know, when people visit, they sometimes see places or things that you don't want to see. Like, I would be happy to come here. And I think anybody I took would be happy to come here either. Look at all these love locks. You can come and put your love lock here. I don't know that we saw this one the last time. Yes, actually, I'm walking back the way we came, but a different way, so we'll see some more things. Oh, I had an evil plan for an extra hour. I was only going to stay on for 2 hours. But we'll be doing another hour. I don't know what time it is. I know that I've logged 225. I've got 3 working battery packs. So I can look at the time. It's 3:05, so 4:05. Around 4 we'll probably check off. But let's continue to walk.
So they got what they made of it. So what?
Ooh, should I get a hot cocoa? Actually, that whatever is in there smells so good. It's like grill. Queen Mary Couture. Does anybody have Crocs? I always wonder where you got these Croc things. Croc charms. Wow, look at that purple amethyst.
I got Grace. I just see Grace. Where? Wait, I just see it on
Ooh.
Grace? Yeah,
Oh, remember we saw this place before, the exotic jerky. Rain dance. Uh-oh. It's so weird that you would come to Long Beach, or I remember this when you would go to like the Native American Southwest gift shops. You go there to get a souvenir from the area, but all the souvenirs are made elsewhere. Candy apples. Do they have candy apples? Oh, Cade's candies. Oh, Caden's candy apples. That's cake. Oh, and look, famous Amos cookies. I'm looking for the candy shop. I just saw Cade's Candies, but I didn't see the shop. Here, I'm gonna walk through here. Oh. It accepts $1 bills.
Hey, you over there! Come test your load!
Oh, should I?
You want hear fortune from medicine man? Come near, I tell you.
It's not Zoltar, but Captain Morgan. I'm kidding, it's the pirate of Pirate's Cove. I didn't know you could walk through the middle of here. The jerky store. The Pirate's Cove. Oh, and I hear Zoltar somewhere. Oh, there he is. Right? I don't want to open the outhouse door. But it's our good friend Zoltar. We've gotten a fortune from him before. If I was going to get a fortune today, I would probably go for the outhouse fortune. I want to really, I'm going to tell you something. Oh, candy apples. Strawberry cheesecake. Hey, how are you? I'm doing all right. Somebody mentioned the strawberry cheesecake apple. I just wanted to see it. Looked great. Okay, there's something. I don't know what it is. A dipped Twinkie. Hey, JC Loop. I just came to the Rocky Mountain Candy Company to take a look at the apples. This is the kind of stuff I love, especially toffee, English toffee, or a peanut butter bucket. I can't eat, okay, thank you so much. I can't eat a caramel apple while I'm walking. I feel like it will break my teeth. But I'm gonna. So we can check this out for sure. I just don't want to eat an apple. I love toffee so much, especially chocolate covered toffee. If people didn't walk in, I was almost gonna buy a piece of toffee. I love toffee that's enrobed with chocolate and then has nuts on the outside. So good. I'm gonna get a snack at this point. That candy really kind of pushed me over the edge. Let's see what we can find. I did think twice about the candy because it's chocolate, and it's gonna melt. Me too. I need a knife to eat a candy apple. I also love cutting up an apple and eating it. It seems very old-fashioned, but it's kind of nice. I never feel like I'm gonna break my teeth. I guess I imagine the Dippin' Dots. Or that must have been another place we went. I'm gonna walk back the way we came. We're trying to get to that sort of white structure over there. I find a black umbrella to be very impractical. Just, if you think about the thermodynamics, it absorbs heat and you're sitting under it. It is really lovely down here. I think before we head back into the city, we're gonna go right over here and maybe walk along the water for a little bit. Very relaxing. Sorry, I couldn't read all of that. Without telling a lie over and over again, I'm sorry. Ooh, whatever the festival is. I hope they don't block us from the ocean. Hey Jason, the Ferris wheel is still there, it's just not real. It's like a sculpture. There's also like the path across the street goes through like an old roller coaster. So the last time we went here, we did walk by the ocean, but I think it was further down. So let's go back up to the street and get around the marina. So we'll go over by the roller coaster and Ferris wheel. I feel like the Ferris wheel would be something people would want to ride, actually. And earlier I said it would be really awesome if the roller coaster was how you got across the street. So no matter who you were, what you were going to do a big loop before you got to the other side of the street. I thought it was actually, it is moving right now. Nope, you're imagining it moving right now. It is functional. I guess maybe just the roller coaster is not. Oh well, hello. I feel like the last time we came here, I got really close to it and they didn't look like you could sit in them. Maybe they were just covered for the winter. Oh, hey, Hugo. Happy Thursday. So I'm going to walk back to where that white trestle looking thing is over there, and we're going to cross there instead of here. This is how we came over originally. I think it would be more interesting to take that way, especially because that Ferris wheel is working. What do you think it costs to ride that Ferris wheel? $45? I have seen it lit up. I just didn't know that it was actually working. I thought it was just like the weird roller coaster thing you see there. Perhaps a type of memento mori of what was. I really never knew that Ferris wheel turned. Thank you, Trey Jones TV. $8. I hate heights, so I'm not really getting on that roller coaster. Roller coaster. Actually, roller coaster doesn't bother me as much because a roller coaster is over before you know it. It's like lickety split, and then you're done. But every time someone gets on or off the Ferris wheel, you're just on that teetering cup. Someone told me about the Long Beach Grand Prix and that I should come down here. I can't remember who it was. It's a regular person that we see. I feel like maybe it was Tecate time, but I didn't make it. I mostly have not come to Long Beach because traffic. Oh, this is the Warp Tour. Or Warped? Yeah, it's the Warp Tour is happening down here. I usually don't come to Long Beach because it's just traffic. The traffic to go places in Los Angeles is ridiculous. We're not the Philippines or anything, but it's kind of ridiculous. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I have a very steady gimbal arm. Oh, wow. So the next time I think we'll come to Long Beach, I think we should do like an evening stroll. Maybe in August. That one I'll have to bring Joe with me for. Maybe we drive. Thank you so much for being here. If you guys are new and just checking it out the first time, we really would love to get to 2,000 by the end of August. I'm sorry, guys, I keep saying it, but I usually don't do CTRs until one of you do. But yeah, we would love to get to 2,000. So if you're watching, feel free to subscribe and maybe like. But if you subscribe, definitely chat. We'd love to see all kinds of new people. I probably would have 6,000 subscribers if I just focused on negative stuff. But I love California. I really do love LA. I know it has a lot of problems and things to work out. And crazy history. The history kind of depresses me sometimes, but I just think it gets shat on all the time, and people love to shat on things. Oh, this is a Restoration Hardware outlet. It looks like an outlet. All of this teak is sitting out here and just getting wrecked. Also, all that metal is gonna look salty. They need to actually, what is that stuff? Lemon Pledge on your outdoor metal. And it, ooh, that's a kind of pretty table. Not my style though. Also not my price point. Hey, Jay Walker. I went to the Griffith Observatory on for a video. I haven't gone for a live stream. The other day, Mary, I think Monday, I was like, as a pop-up live stream. We got as close to Griffith Park as I think we can get before we start losing our signal. So I got us into the Ferndale, which is a lovely, lovely walk. I also have a video on the Ferndale, but the Ferndale will take you all the way up to Griffith Park walking. I feel like the last time I walked that way, I saw Kathy Griffin. The day I was making the video. Yeah, the signal should love me, actually. I use it so much. Woo, that Ferris wheel don't stop. The roller coaster. The beautiful Ferris wheel one more time. Oh, it should kick back in. I usually, every time you mention it though, every time I mention it, it's like, screw you! And then it craps the bed. Or whatever that expression is. That's what I'm saying. Like, also, who's on it? Is it part of Forever 21? There's still a Forever 21 here? Alright, I'll go down these stairs. I want to just get a little closer to the Ferris wheel. It's a big one. Not that big. The only ride that I hate more than the Ferris wheel is the cable car, not cable cars, but the sort of ski lift ride at the fair. Just slow and bumpy. Ooh, that's F21 Red, a special Forever 21. I haven't gone into a Gap for so long. I am at the point where I do need a few new pair of shorts. How is this Ferris wheel? So last time I walked by it, and now I see what I saw. So the umbrella top kind of screws down and covers the teacup or whatever you want to call that, and I think they were all like shut, and so it looked like it didn't operate and all the motors were covered up. I'll have to go back and watch. Yes, I think I'm wearing all black socks from maybe Marshall's, actually. Oh, look at, they're having the time of their life. Two lovers entwined, pass me by. Little Smiths, sorry. Oh my god, this could be a really cool short. I'm totally joking. Oh yeah, Elio's. A second merry-go-round. I could definitely ride this. Only $5? All I can smell is whatever restaurant is around here, and it smells like delicious Chinese. It smells like P.F. Chang's is what it is, which is across the street. Crazy. All guests of Walking in LA stay at the Hyatt Regency in Long Beach, by the way. So I went to a wedding at the Hyatt Regency and had to walk through the convention center. I've smelled some really good food today, starting with Chinese food on the subway, working to bacon and waffles the second I got off the train, to whatever that delicious P.F. Chang. We're having Chinese food for dinner tonight, I think, Joe. Howdy, welcome. Have I been to P.F. Chang's? There's one in the Beverly Center. Yeah, I've been to P.F. Chang's. I don't know that it's particularly memorable, obviously. It's like a fancy panda. Okay, I have a red light, I can walk. What's Combo A in Echo Park? I've never even heard of that. Are you eating Chinese food without me? Chinese food is food that I will always eat. I almost never have to be in the mood to eat Asian cuisine. I can just eat it. Or tacos.
If you need a render of it, I can make it.
Hey, she Robin Hood. Isn't that the original restaurant? There's a panda whatever near my house, and we go every once in a while. It's pretty inexpensive. It reminds me of Boston Chinese food somehow. I will definitely go then. I used to go to a Chinese food restaurant it was almost Glendale when I lived in Silver Lake. It was on, I think, Glendale or Brand Boulevard, whatever drives you from Silver Lake into Glendale. And it was like, must have been just a delightful place in the 1950s. It was totally run down. It was Mandarin. I think that's probably why we went there. Most Chinese food is Mandarin on the East Coast. I usually get General Tso's chicken. Basically, the equivalent of a child meal. Or I like mushu pork, mushu chicken, and mushu beef. What's the stuff that comes with those pancakes, the scallion pancakes? I love. What's the thing? Ooh, I almost love everything, and now I can't unless it has tons of mushrooms. You know, I'm just not a mushroom lover. I mostly try to not eat pork as much as I can because they remind me of puppies. Woo! That was my shoe. Ooh, I also love sesame chicken. Like, you cannot go wrong with Chinese food. As long as it's not too fishy, you know, because I don't really like fish, or mushroomy, because I don't like mushrooms either. I've never tasted a puppy. I've gotten a kiss from one, but their paws smell like Fritos, so it stands to reason that they must taste good. Charlie's Tacos. So we're on Pine. We are gonna step in front of that limo. Just gonna walk this way a little bit. Oh my gosh, I missed somebody who I can hold on. I can't see the screen very much, but Jennifer, you're really sweet. Thank you so much. I owe you some fireworks. If I missed anybody else, I'm super sorry. Give me a shout out. Fireworks. Fireworks? Fireworks. Thank you so much. You are super sweet. If I accidentally stuck the bow back on, let me know. Oh, wait. I did stick something. Isn't that hilarious? I am a firework. I created a flower. Crazy. Sorry. I never saw that before, did I? So if you have any recipes or food you want to talk about, this is the place. And the best thing about it, talking about food, no calories. The Breakers, not to be confused with Breakin'. A really gorgeous hotel, but the one that's straight ahead of us, that is off the hook. Thanks, Jennifer. Again, I really can't thank you guys all enough for the support. It really does go back into the channel. I lost my fireworks. There they are. Different fireworks. Woo! Those people on the scooters think I'm filming them, probably. But I'm just trying to find my fireworks button. It's Jennifer's Day. I did hear your Jennifer Lopez song that you sing all the time. by the way, Joe. Twice I heard "If You Want My Love." First the beginning, and then when we walked by the bridge. That was back when songs still had bridges. Gabby's Dollhouse Live! I don't even know what that is. Thank you for the support, Jennifer's and Joe's. A lot of Joe's. Joey's. Mary. Ozge. BD. Cecilia. Did I mention everybody? I wanted to create a list so I can send a really super thank you at the end, the way I do with for my members. I definitely said BD and Cecilia. This water is so full of pigeon feathers and floating poop. And then I'd have to take my shoe and sock off. I saw some guy riding the subway this morning in flip-flops. I just don't know that that's the cleanest thing to do. I would love to wear flip-flops on this walk. I would love to not. There we go. I would love to wear flip-flops on this walk. I just don't think they would be comfortable. Thanks. I feel like I've known somebody with the name before, like growing up. Or it's a name that I've definitely heard before. Hey Jamie, happy Thursday. We are in Long Beach, poking around. We had a choice of Long Beach or Santa Monica. We chose Long Beach. We went to the Tesla diner yesterday, but just the outside. It was slamming busy. Also, I like to spend my money differently, more supportively. So I don't know that I'll ever get anything there, but it was really a sight to see for sure. German in Venice. That's interesting. I would like to try things for myself, except I just wouldn't spend the money on Elon Musk. I'm so sorry. Of course I want it to be successful because it's in my community, but I think maybe we'll... Where is... I'm starting to get hungry too. Yeah, the Tesla diner opened a couple days ago. We walked by it before it had opened this week. Like the partitions or the fences were still up. And then yesterday when we were walking in Hollywood, we went to Mashti Malone's for some Persian style ice cream. Ice cream was so good, by the way. And we walked down there because it wasn't that far from where we were. And it was jammin' slammin'. You could see everybody that was in line was like filming themselves and an influencer. I didn't recognize anybody. I thought I did, and then I went back and looked, but I just mostly don't want to eat because I don't want to mess myself up. I have to say, eating on the stream, like sitting down and having dinner, like it's so easy when Joe is there because he'll go and order the food and bring it back to the table and I can get everything set up. It's a little trickier when you're by yourself. I guess if I was like actually filming me, it might be easier, but it's kind of tricky to go out to eat by yourself and film it. Ooh, that's the stage for the Warp Tour. Facing the other way. I think I need to start carrying like a snack mix though, for the days when we don't get food. I honestly turned my watch on today. I remember calling it out, but for some reason it didn't stay on. I don't know how far I've walked. Oh, hey, George. I hope you got to see the ice cream yesterday. Nice to see you. I hope you are not doing a 12-hour. Thank you so much. What? I almost did the floral border again. I hope fireworks are going off. George. Fireworks. Rose petals. Pirate flag. Thank you so much, George. You are the best. I'm going to buy some yellow lentils today. I'm not sure what's going on with this art, but I kind of like it. And there's circus people and an owl and organs. Hey, no, thank you. You are welcome. So, the breakers back there, I'm more interested in staying at this hotel. Oh my god, I just read fentanyl emoji. You can actually make emojis with photographs. Maybe I'll toss some lentils on the counter and make an emoji out of that. My biggest challenge and my biggest thing with the emojis is I want them to be big enough. Like to make, the Queen Mary is the biggest emoji I ever did. Look at this round building. It is not Capitol Records. Sorry, this hotel. It just looks like something from like Central Park. I need to take my dogs on a dog beach day. For years, I'd been going to Malibu. It's called Dead End Beach. It's kind of hidden and out of the way, but there's nobody there ever. And so parking is easy. Dogs aren't allowed, but you can I always pitch a tent. I don't even know if this is a hotel or I feel like this is an apartment building now. I feel like West Coast G told me that, like installed something here. Really cool building. I just always wonder, like, are those units air conditioned? Because sometimes with the historical buildings, they're built before air conditioning, and they don't let you like stick a little box air conditioner. Not that would work out of the window. It's called Via Riviera. It kind of looks like Harry Potter's castle at Universal. Hey, Kit, I remember you mentioning that. It is just, again, I see no air conditioners. Of course, it is so high up, you get the ocean view, right? I mean, the ocean breeze, I'm sure. There's one building that we walk by in Hollywood. Maybe it's the Trianon, or maybe it's in West Hollywood. It's one of those giant old apartment buildings, but it's a historical landmark. It has no air conditioning, and you can't get like a window box unit, and it has no central air. It's not a downtown building. It's either in Hollywood or West Hollywood. A friend of mine told me that they tried to, they were going to rent a place there, but they were like, no air conditioning, no way. I'd like to know more about this place. I remember noticing it last time. It looks like a really cool I wonder if they're like huge apartment condos or small apartment condos. I once delivered something to somebody's house, apartment building. It was, I think I can't remember, maybe it was on Sycamore and First. It looks like a big white, again, New York City apartment building. You get into the apartment and it looks like a just giant New York apartment. Tons and tons of rooms, almost taking up a whole floor. Amazing. And then there's the St. Regis. So let's walk to the end here for 1 second. Yes, we'll start looking. Do you need parking? Wow. And a really just great entryway. No access to the beach, but we're going to take a look at it anyway. Or actually, couldn't we just walk down those stairs? I think we'll do that. Yeah. I don't know how much I can walk in the sand. Oh, I'll just make it to the cement path. You see that little island in front of us? The tower on that island, I think, conceals an oil derrick, or whatever they're called. Looks like parking is a must if you have a car. Yeah, there's another island with a discreet oil derrick. So there's the Queen Mary. I'm gonna regret walking down here. I already feel the sand pouring into my shoes. But you know what? It's a good regret. I will let you know, though, I cannot see my screen very well right now, so if I miss anybody that has just signed on, hey, welcome. Thank you so much for coming and joining the walk today. I wish I wore a red one piece. I would be a lot more cool. Although I would have regretted it when I first arrived here. It was so cold. One path for walkers, one path for bikers. I will be very considerate of the bikers and stay off that path. Hey, I can't see anything on my screen right now, but I saw someone new, and hello and welcome. I think I can fix that though. Hold on. But I think I'm on full brightness. It's just that bright out here. If you guys are just signing in, I don't know why I'm saying signing in. If you're just joining us, welcome. You're walking in LA, but we are walking in Long Beach. Checking out some people enjoying the bike path. And if it's your first time here, please feel free to give a little old like or subscribe. We're trying to make 2,000 by the end of August, our 1 year anniversaire. That's French for anniversary, I think. So it's a non-stop, well, it will be a little stop. It is 2 days of beach. So if you're new here and you haven't seen any other streams, most of these people have been along for the ride. This is Long Beach, entirely different than where we'll be tomorrow. This almost feels like empty compared to Venice Beach. Not tomorrow, we're gonna be at Venice Beach on Saturday. Earlier in the day, there is an antique car show that we'll be walking by. I do love a antique car. Oh, it's blurry, I'm sorry. Let me know. There we go. Thank you. I went for a walk yesterday morning and I realized I didn't have my glasses on. And before I realized I didn't have my glasses on, I could see perfectly. Well, I wasn't trying to read a text message, but it was kind of weird. And then the minute I realized I didn't have my glasses on, I was like, shit. I never not wear my glasses, so it's kind of a weird thing. I don't know what all those yellow things are over there. Are those stuff that you can rent? Or people brought them, blow up toys to the beach? The water is really calm here. But of course it is the Pacific. A much better signal than in Venice, though. I shouldn't have said it. Schnitzel. So one walk you guys know about. I wonder what walking down the Pacific Coast Highway would be like. Never mind, I can think of so many spots where that would not be fun. I was thinking about the time we walked from Hollywood to Santa Monica. I always want to do another like super long walk like that. I just don't want to go way out somewhere and not be able to take a subway home. Although we could take a Waymo. I can't tell you how badly I just want to like walk into the ocean. I think it is just a lovely drive to drive up the Pacific Coast Highway. She's got a tan. I think it reminds me of Santa Monica a little bit too, San Diego a little bit too, and I think it's because they both were. Santa Monica's still very Navy, but this is a very Navy city. Even I think somebody mentioned that early on in the chat. So that's Drill Island. And there's another. Yeah, I do not doubt that at all. Here is the 8th Avenue stairs. We're going to walk back up and kind of make our way back towards the city. So it's 4:01. I offered you an extra hour. I think it's going to be a little bit longer than an extra hour because I don't want to walk home alone. So we're going to head back towards Pine Street and the downtown area, and I'm going to hop on the train, but let's keep talking as we do. So there's a dog beach here, and I've never been to it. It's called Rosie's Dog Beach, and maybe we're at it, actually. Huntington Beach, you can bring your dogs. The beach that I go to in Malibu, you cannot after April 1st, but there is no lifeguard and nobody to watch. So they go and everybody else brings their dog as well. All right, I do not need to do my stairs tonight. Cincinnati has some of the most extreme weather I've ever experienced in my life. Winter and summer. Other than that, I loved it. But I remember driving through there when I moved to California, and it was summertime, and it was like, I don't know, 90 degrees when we got to Cincinnati, and it was like 90% humidity. It was like just juicy and hot. Shauna, hey, good to see ya. I bet fall and spring are Cincinnati's best seasons. So the last time we came to Long Beach, we actually traveled through some of those neighborhoods. But I believe that we were going through them because we were looking at things, or we were looking for the old historical section of Long Beach. What? Yeah. I gotta tell you though, I feel like the humidity keeps you young though, and supple. Desert people, we dry out. Although I will tell you, my hair, I'm pretty kinky, curly, wavy, and in some cases straight hair, just does better in California than it ever did in Boston. Every day in Boston I look like Robert Smith from The Cure, not intentionally, but I don't have a like button sticker. Oh, my old thing. Like and subscribe and chat, but you can just like. Oh, this fun kid's going to have a beach day. It's also interesting mix of architecture too, like it's kind of Queen Anne-ish looking. Next to that, next to this, the Ropers. Whenever it's humid, I have a little tuft of hair at the very top of my back where like the shirt tag hits. I probably could like shave it. It's just a little, but I don't really care. And it gets so irritated when my back gets sweaty by the tag. Almost like ties it in knots. So the funny thing is, I think those cottages are actually not that close to where we are. We have two things we need to see in Long Beach. One of them is we want to go to the canals, but that has got to be a different trip. And I want to go to those historic cottages, which we kind of skirted last time. The next time we come here, though, it's going to be an evening walk. It'll probably be in September unless we just come for the day sooner, because the first time I ever spent any time here, it was in the evening, and it is enchanting and magical. And it's really something we need to see. Oh, allergies are something crazy here, too. I'm going to have to read more about Hamilton. I have sort of always a longing for a time I probably didn't live in. I mean, just the notion of it. Not when you get down to brass tacks, time travel, and what you would have to deal with or what people would have to deal with in those other times, but just the notion of old stuff and history or historical buildings. I am an LBC convert. You know, LA always has like a competition with New York, right? Competition with Orange County, competition with the Inland Empire, and also Long Beach, which is part of Los Angeles County. I think, sure, I love Long Beach. Mary. I still can't get over the fact that Ferris wheel works. After I literally said no and it started turning. I love being wrong about Ferris wheels for sure. We do have some big promises to fulfill, though, in as far as live streaming. So Catalina, we've been talking about since February. That will happen in August. The canals in Long Beach, that's something I'm going to need to drive to. We'll probably do that in September or late August also. Fluffy's star on the in Man's Chinese Theater. We look for it every day, every time we go by there. So those are 3 big promises that we are going to fulfill. If I wait till my birthday, it's January. We need to go in we need to go before September. We've been really talking about going to Catalina forever. In fact, somebody gave me $100 on a stream, and I've had that money set aside it'll get us 1 Catalina ticket, right? I've had that money set aside to go to Catalina. And so I would really love to do that for Trish if we ever see her again. You never know. Hey!
Coming up this weekend.
What is this building?
He owns this.
What is this building? I walk by it all the time. It's a house. A whole house. Did you design it? What's the story about it? You just bought it?
1904.
1904. Wow. I'm just looking at that. I walked by it a couple months ago. It's a remarkable piece. Remarkable architecture.
What's that?
I walked by it a couple months ago also. It is a remarkable piece of architecture, I think.
Where are you from?
LA.
LA?
Yeah. I just, I don't come to Long Beach that often as, Angelinos don't, or Long Beach people, and I love it down here. So I try to walk around LA and show the nice things. And Long Beach too.
Well, you have a good day.
You too, take care. I think he was a little nervous that I was filming him, but I was really trying not to. Hey, Steve! Also, Belmont Shores, I would love to see, too. Which I have never been to. I had a friend who would, I don't know if it was a friend. Somebody I worked with that would go to Belmont Shores all the time. That's what so Avalon isn't that big, but you can definitely be there for 2 or 3 hours for a stream. That is without a doubt. It gets really weird once you get out of Avalon though. There is a guy who has another like California, not streamer, but he makes videos, and I saw his video on Catalina Island. It is what cemented me going there. And I did check the T-Mobile map and the AT&T map for Catalina, and it's got a pretty strong signal in the Avalon area. Although I'd be really tempted to get like a pass and a golf cart and ride around the city. I'm just going to take one last look at Via Rivera. I'm going to cross and then cross to the other side so we can go back downtown. Oh, I swear to God, that kid is wearing Calvin Klein Obsession. Just gave me like an olfactory memory. Oh, I'm really excited to go there, actually. When I looked it up, it seemed more like a spot that if you took the train down here to go, you end up taking a bus and then another bus, like a Long Beach bus. Not that I'm afraid of buses at all, I'm not. But it seemed more complicated. It seemed like something that would be easier for me to drive to. I wonder if they're here for the Warped Tour. I want to take a second again to thank my members for voting to come here today, and thank you guys for your support. I do have a couple new names to add from this stream, so I will be putting those up. I'd like to thank you as often as possible. You too, take care. A new video every Tuesday, and we're doing one live stream, weird live, members only live stream a month, but probably gonna branch out into 2 in September. As I've been doing this longer and longer, I've been just trying to work out a really sustainable, count-onable schedule for doing this, the streaming. And I feel like sometimes what I want to do is more than what I can actually do. Overplan and underdeliver. Not my MO. Anyway. Oh, thank you so much, Jay. Whoa. I almost just landed flat on my face. All right, I'm gonna cross here. That guy either didn't want to be filmed, or once I told him from LA I was from LA, he was done talking to me. I sensed the real LA Long Beach rivalry when I was talking to that guy. Thank you so much, Walking in LA. We are not done yet. We've got to make sure I get back to the train safe. So now I'm counting on you, and there's not a reason that I wouldn't get back there safe unless this cop just ran into me. But, I'd be just talking to myself if you guys weren't walking me back to the train station. I don't know what I did with my map, but I wanted to show you BD how many stops. I think I said 22 from 7th Street, and I might have overstopped it. I hope I didn't lose my Metro map. Nothing says, I'm a tourist, take my wallet, like pulling out that Metro map. I only have to use the Metro map because I'm a red line kid. I've only ever taken the red line, which is not even called the red line anymore. I hope I cracked the code. I do watch some of those YouTube videos where they tell you, try this, try making 3 different thumbnails and see which works. That was like a YouTube test thing that they did. And I was allowed to do that for a couple of videos, make 3 different thumbnails. It didn't really, lead to anything for me. Anyway, I watch a lot of those videos that tell you how to like set things up. New channels do this, new channels do that. And I gotta say, I've already done most of that stuff that they suggest. So I'm hoping I figured something out. I also like the fact that I can still, when I can see the screen, talk to you guys. I've been saying this the whole time. The most, in addition to just, you know, having somebody that's streaming that knows they live in a flawed city, but is trying to focus on more positive aspects of it and how you can make a silk purse out of a sow's ear or whatnot. I really appreciate the small growth and the ability to connect with you guys. It's been one of, if not the most rewarding parts of live streaming. I know it's not IRL quite, but it is 2025. It's a nice little digital community. I also love the fact that there are diehard Angelinos on this. I'm not going to mention names, LA unknown. And then people who know how to take the train way better than I do, Carriopolis. And you guys never make me look stupid when I say something. And always Carrie is right there. Carriopolis is always right there to help me find the train again. I've seen crazy stuff, sure. I think as we get closer to the Olympics, the subways are going to be safer and safer. And here's the main reason why that is because previously you could just sneak onto the subway, like through the turnstile. Nobody was there watching you, and then you get off on the other end. They started implementing you have to tap to get on, which people still don't do, but at certain train stations you have to also tap to exit, and they'll have people waiting there. I don't know what they do if you can't tap to exit, but they do have people waiting there. So if they can make more money, and I'm not trying to be disparaging, homelessness is a real issue, but make more money on these lines and actually have all the customers getting on there paying, but also having them for people who are actually using them. There's something about that's me saying that sounds messed up in my mind. Sorry, but I think we'll see a safer subway. I have no problem taking the subway. I ever, actually. I mean, I've seen weird things. Today, somebody played the entire new Justin Bieber album full blast. Oh, kind of catchy. They were in their fields. Stuff like that happens. People love music. And as Ty says, people in LA love to blast their music. But no, I haven't really experienced anything crazy on a subway. Buses, I got some stories. I don't often take the bus though. I've had more bad stuff happen to me while I'm driving, actually. So Long Beach is lovely. My conclusion here, it is a outdoor person's paradise, a foodie's paradise, a beach lover's paradise. If you like Starbucks, there are more than I've seen anywhere else. That's the promenade. I only ever take, I barely ever take the bus. So if I feel like I'm going to do an extremely long walk, I'll take the bus to the subway just because I don't want to wear out my legs by walking the mile to the train station. But the bus in LA is a little different because there are 3 entrances and you can get on 2 of them without paying, and it's just, I've seen some stuff on the bus. Nothing dangerous per se, just stuff. Long Beach, Carrie, tell us, like, from that Long Beach bike path, I think you've told me this before, but you can ride all the way up to Venice. So the path we were on the walking path, of course, but the path we were just on, I think Carrie will know better, you can ride that all the way to Santa Monica and Venice, I believe. Oh, I'm so excited to walk down Shady Pine Street. It's still 12:35. I've never taken the blue line ever, but I just took the A line out here. It goes through Watts, and I cannot tell you how much I wanted to get off in Watts because you can see the towers from the train station. I honestly think that I will be going to Watts soon to check out the towers. I had forgotten how impressive they actually were. And all built by an illiterate man picking up junk on his way home from work. Oh, I thought there was some, maybe, what's the, I don't really know the seacoast and what connects that well. Maybe you can ride to Manhattan Beach. I feel like somebody told me you could ride that Venice thing all the way to somewhere else, like Manhattan Beach or the next beach below. I forget what is next to Manhattan Beach. Anyway, you guys, we just did 4:25. We did about almost a 4-hour stream. I cannot thank you enough for your support, for being here today. Do you have a channel? A YouTube channel? I'd love to see pictures of that. Right now I can't wait to go home and take off my shoes. I'm always confused though. I don't really know how to get on the train here. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for the support. We will see you tomorrow evening at around sunset, 6:15. We'll be walking down the Sunset Strip, watching the sunset as we walk west, and going to check out West Hollywood from the top of La Cienega. Saturday we're going to Venice Beach, probably in the early part of the morning, meaning like after 9 sometime. We want to check out the vintage car show, but also we just want to hang out in Venice because we love it. And then Sunday, farmers market, just little local kind of live stream. Again, members, thank you so much for your support. You folks who donated today for the cause, for the extra hour, thank you guys so much. I really appreciate you. Have a really awesome night, Brenda, and I will see you guys tomorrow evening, and then on Saturday, and then on Sunday if you watch, but you can always rewatch. Cheers, you guys have a good night. Thank you so much. Bye. Bike carefully, Carrie.